welcome again, lovely lady Nichole.
Hello.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining me again on another exciting episode of Making Eagle Moves. And
Mm.
this is where we feature entrepreneurs, professionals like yourself who also have that business savvy side to them, that creative side to them. I know you're a poet. I know you are an entrepreneur. You have your own brand, and you're just doing great things with your company expanding. Your daughter is the newest entrepreneur in your family. So, welcome, welcome, Lady Nichole.
Yes. Thank you very much.
It's great to have you this week on Making Eagle Moves. So, jump right in and go ahead and just tell everybody who is Nichole McIntosh.
I'm a senior nurse in London from Jamaica, as you can tell from my accent. So I came to the UK many years ago, and I have worked really hard and studied a lot, and I've 20 years experience as a nurse in the UK. So I'm really proud of that, really proud. And I have also studied business administration in the past. So I had that business side. It's mainly marketing that I specialized in. So social media and marketing go hand in hand. So I've embraced the social media age. But you mentioned my creative side. I never knew I had a creative side until relatively recently. In 2015, I started a blog. I call it the Human Touch blog. And I just got up one Saturday and thought, I see other people blogging. I wonder what it's like. I'll set one up. So I went on to WordPress, and I started one. So I've been blogging for 5 years. And
Wow.
then it was in 2019 when I was awarded a fellowship of the Royal Society of Arts that I started to do a podcast. The step from writing, because writing is my comfort zone because I've studied so much. The step from writing a blog up to doing a podcast is a major step for me
It
because
is.
I wasn't very comfortable hearing my own voice because I am my own worst critique.
Yes.
So I decided to just say, it is what it is. The mistakes are part of the journey. So
It
I
are.
started my podcast, and because I have Maroon heritage, and people who don't know, the Maroons were the runaway slaves in the Caribbean, mainly Jamaica, who
Yes.
fought against slavery. And so there is this rebellious streak that has been in me, but it was buried for many years until it came out when it needed to, because
Yes.
nothing happens before time. So
In
my
a
pod
good way. Rebellious in a good way. So
in a
you
very good
weren't
way, in a
ashamed
very
to
good
share.
way. It's
Right.
the, it's the it's the moral courage that I talk about. Is finding your courage when you need to for the rights of others as well, not just yourself. So my
Indeed.
podcast is called Maroon Mindset Podcast.
Yes.
And also I have a business that I've set up during the lockdown, and I've called that the Maroon Mindset Unlimited. So I'm very proud of my heritage. I embrace, my blackness. I'm very proud of my ancestry. And I know I stand on the shoulders of giants. So yes, in a nutshell, that's where I am at the moment.
Indeed. It's just amazing. I love your story. And you have totally alluded, you've mentioned some critical points in business. First of all, I salute you, Lady Nichole, because a lot of persons are like so frustrated with 2020. This pandemic, COVID-19 just
Yeah.
happened on all of us. And for some, in terms of those who had businesses before, they were
Mhm.
like kind of caught off guard. Some persons,
Yes.
other people
Yes.
who wanted to go into business, it was like a daunting phenomenon now. But others like yourself, like myself, like so many other eagle minded, maroon minded persons and entrepreneurs, who were like, COVID or not COVID, the show is going to go on. We're
Yeah.
still going to be launching our businesses, we're still going to be expanding. Come what may, the challenges, we are still going to be riding out those storms like the eagle, like the maroon, as you mentioned. So it just tells us that it doesn't matter the season that one is in. it doesn't matter the life circumstance that, life thrusts at you and puts you in, you still can navigate those storms successfully. You still can come back and bounce back and rebound and, still get up and show up. So it's just awesome.
Agreed.
I salute you. I salute
Agreed.
you, Lady Nichole. You are one of those movers and shakers. And as you say, it's what you've been doing is just timely, and it is so inspiring. And that is what, this program is about, to really highlight and to continue to support and to encourage the initiatives that people like yourself are really putting out there in whatever season, and saying, hey, we still have to trot on and press on and sound the abeng. I love it.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, when you talk about like COVID-19, it's heartbreaking even now, even
Yes,
today, to watch the news about the hospitality industry. Certain industries are hit more in the UK than others.
yes,
But at the same time, out of adversity comes opportunity, and it might not be the opportunity that you see yourself in, but you need to be very agile. You need to be able to be resilient and to seize the opportunity that's in front of you, not the one that you want, and make the best of it, and go at a slower pace if you need to, but keep moving. The key is to keep moving.
lovely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Amazing. As you mentioned, so what are some of the strategies? What are some of the ways you've been coping? I know you're a, poetry creative, and myself and you, we're very, very similar, because I started writing poetry when I was like 9 years old. I was a little girl, and I have that little creative gene in myself as well. And we
Yes.
put some books out there. So I know in the coming year or so, we shall be seeing some books coming out of Lady Nicole.
Yeah.
All those
I I
poems we've been
I
contemplating, let's hear.
yeah, the thing is, I was a poet before I even realized I was a poet. I tell the story often about writing poetry but not calling myself a poet. And it's interesting to know that I was writing poetry on my blog. And it was only until I got in touch with the famous dub poet Yassa Safari from Jamaica. And he said, do you write poetry? And I said, no. And he said, you should. And so I decided to go back. I thought, I wonder if, I'm sure I did one poem. I found 6 that were on my blog. And it just, sometimes you just need that person to kind of give you that idea. So then I thought, okay, I can write poetry. So I am a poet, and it's owning who you are, and not being overly afraid and feeling like you're an imposter because you think of a poet as someone who is accomplished and world renowned. But if you write poetry, you're a poet. And it's being able to own your space and to stand tall in your space. But the creative side of it was an avenue for me when I was very quiet. So I am an introvert by nature, and
Wow.
I would normally write. So as I said, I studied up to masters. I even started a PhD, but I had to stop on health grounds, sadly. But the lessons are all good. And I used to just write, and it was my comfort zone, and I had to step out of it. And I think if you're going to achieve self-actualization, you have to step out of that comfort zone, because as they say, nothing grows there. So I had to really move out of my own way, as someone told me. That's a good way to put it. You move out of your own way.
Yes.
And so I use the creative side, and someone described me as a prolific creative, and I loved it. I thought, yeah, that really sums me up. I don't stop, and I get ideas, and and that same person called me a digital broadcaster. And when people put these titles on it, you think, actually, yes, I broadcast, self-published,
Yes.
and it's on digital media, so that's what it is. So
Yes.
yeah, people are to be, you shouldn't be overwhelmed and intimidated
Yes.
by the title of someone. Just think, you start where you are with what you have, and you build and you grow. So yeah, the creative side is important for me because of the healing arts aspect of it. I think talking therapy, especially in a pandemic, yeah,
Yes.
where people are suffering great trauma, and you don't want to bottle that up. You want to channel it appropriately. And
Yes.
one way of doing it is not the only way, but one way of doing it is to just get your mic and say a few words. And I found that it inspired people. And they were saying they really, after the tough day that they had on the front line mainly, they looked forward to my vlog because I use humor. I talk about very serious topics. I talk about the elephant in the room. I talk about race. I talk about topics that other people are afraid to touch. But I use my lived experience and my own compassionate style of leadership to deliver it in a way that's usually non-threatening.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I do it really.
It's amazing. I have been following your journey, and I tell you, it is so inspiring, and I love it. And as you rightly say, we have to just start where we are, come out of that comfort zone, because a lot of times, in our profession, in our field, we're medical specialists, by the way. We also share that commonality. And
Yes.
so, you know how our profession really depends on excellence and quality. And everything we do, we always try to have that as the hallmark. We want to make sure that we're giving excellent patient care, excellent customer service,
That's
excellent.
right.
If we're making the bed, we have it as a very technical skill. It's not just
Yes.
to throw the sheet onto the bed and the bed is made. No, it is very, very a well thought out process. So it even comes back to when we're doing, the very things, in our life. A lot of time we take all that quality, the standards and the professionalism, and we bring it into our personal space. We bring
That's
it
right.
home. And so even when we're to go on, say, Facebook, it's not that we want that media publicity, but we would really want to just drop a word of inspiration or the creative space, as you say. But because we also have what we call the perfection syndrome, right? Background. So it can hold you back in terms of,
Yes.
oh, but and again, another thing that you shared earlier, you were afraid of your voice. I also had that similar fear.
Wow.
I
Wow.
just did not like to hear my
Yes.
voice over the airways. I sounded
Yes.
different. I was like, who is
Yes.
that person? It was so scary, right? And then I was like always very conscious, oh, but my environment, the camera, I don't have everything. People are going to be looking and watching, and you have to just take yourself out of
Agreed.
the way. Once
Yes.
you recognize your purpose, there's something about purpose. Our purpose is so much bigger than us. It's bigger than
Agreed.
Victoria. It's bigger than
Agreed.
Nichole. It's
Agreed.
bigger. And
Yes.
once we don't want to live a life and we're at our obituary, because those things are sure. We're being born, we're here already, yay, and
Yeah.
die, right? Or if however you
Yes.
go, if you believe in the rapture and you're raptured, but at the end of your life, when somebody's going to remember you, what would they remember you for?
So
So right
true.
now, I really don't care about, if I come on camera one day and my script is off or I don't look quite, I want to make sure standard is there, but I don't worry
Yeah.
about perfection anymore. That is why
Me
I'm
too.
not tech savvy, but I'm gonna chum through with the technology. I get it right, right?
Agreed. Agreed. Yes.
I get it right. One day I'll be able to have my own TV show. Yes, yes, you gotta believe it. And
That's
so,
true.
as you rightly say, start exactly where you are, because your purpose is greater than you. And what I recognize is that there are people out there where our message is not for everyone. We don't come to serve everyone. We can't serve everyone, right?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the persons who we have been called to serve, the persons who we are purposed to serve, when we put ourselves in the way, and then all those fears and phobias and, or maybe somebody's going to be judging me, and
Yes.
a healthcare profession, and then we just stay in that box. We love the
Mm-hmm.
profession, we would choose it all over again, but our
Agreed.
purpose is
Agreed.
bigger than us, and we have been called to so much greater. And that's
Agreed.
why we have to now take ourselves out of the way, as you rightly say, Lady Nichole, and let purpose shine through. So I love what you're doing. I just love it. Tell me about your daughter's business again.
Oh, okay. So yes, I have two children. My son is 14, he's Tyrese, and my daughter is 8, she's Tamia. So
Right.
Tamia has she likes to copy me. So she's a little mini mommy. And
Ah,
she knows that I've set up a business and she has been doing her loom bands. So
yeah.
she has her little kits. And
Mm-hmm.
what she does, she makes wonderful little bracelets,
Of course. They're so
little
cute.
beautiful bracelets that she makes. And so I've
Mm-hmm.
set up an Etsy shop for her. So she's given
Awesome.
me a sample that she's instructed me to show
Of
of what
course.
she does. And she's very proud of herself, and rightly so, because we set up the shop and I use my social media to advertise. And she goes on there and she sees how many views, she
Yeah,
sees how many orders, and
yeah,
we go to the post office and we get the envelope and we get wrapping and she writes a thank you note and she
yes,
sends it off, and
yes,
she's learning about money, so she's now
of course.
saving her money. And
Yes.
I'm sure she will choose a charitable venture to donate to, because she's very charitable. For example, today was mental health day, so she wore yellow to school and she donated £1. But
Mm,
it's getting them into this mindset that they can use their talents,
yes.
and it's not just always a hobby. Sometimes it is, but
Mhm.
you can make a business. She turned to me and she says, I have a business and I've not even been to college. I said, actually, you still need to go to college. She said, I'm just joking, mommy. But you see where she's thinking. She
Yes,
has a business.
yes.
And I'm really proud of her because she goes onto YouTube. Her work ethic is astounding. She goes onto YouTube and she researches different techniques to
Yes.
make different designs so that
Wow.
they look different. So she's into diversity, and she realizes that by learning a new way, she can grow her business. So she's very proud of, we're very proud of her.
It's amazing. And again, I salute you because right there and then you have created a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, somebody who is going to be very business savvy already at
Yes,
her age. She is
yes,
ahead of the game. It's
yes,
just
yes,
awesome. And again, all of this during an economic meltdown, during
yes,
a pandemic. So
yes,
that's why we go back to say your ability to thrive, your ability to prosper, your ability to up level in any season. It's
any
possible.
season,
It's
any
possible.
season.
From the babe to the learning, to the stage. Anyone can really
Agree,
unleash their creativity in any season of life.
agree.
Nothing should really no excuses to success, no
Yes,
excuses to really launch out and just be the best version of you.
yes.
I love it. I'm so proud of Tamia. And of course, I am just excited for her and grateful that we can use this medium to continue to showcase the awesome work
Yes.
that she's doing.
Thank you.
Make sure
Thank you.
all of you out there go ahead, order, support little Tamia
So
business.
her store is on the Etsy store and it's called Art and Looms by Tam. So
Uh,
she's an artist as well, but she hasn't put any artwork. I think she's focusing on this branch of her business first before she does her art.
Of course, and that again is very good business etiquette and strategy.
Yes.
Always, especially when you're new on the scene, you want to,
Yes.
start, focus, get people warmed up to you
Yes.
and used to,
Yes.
because people are going to be feeling you out and wondering what you're coming with now. So,
Exactly.
yeah, start small and then scale. But
Yes.
trust me, she is going. I'm just looking, and in a few years' time, little Tammy and Maroon Mindset Limited will be on Forbes list. Just wait for it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. So again, just some more of what you want to tell us anything else that
You
you do?
know, yeah, someone contacted me recently and asked me to talk about not letting failure define you. And I think that is something that people struggle with. I know I did as well. So I think it's important for us to remind people that we all fail. I mean, it depends on what you term failure as. Because
Indeed.
if something didn't work out the way you planned, it doesn't necessarily mean you have failed. It means you found a different way to do something. And so I think it's learning the lessons. You know what Nelson Mandela says? He never loses. He either wins or he learns. So I think we need to just make a note that it is not easy and we're going to be having doubt. And you
Mhm.
need to surround yourself with people who believe in you, who prop you up when you're having a day when you're thinking, I just can't bother. I really can't bother. You know, so I think just out there for people who have an idea, and as we said, start where you are, get out of your comfort zone, come out of your own way. But if you try and it don't work, don't give up. And don't worry about, oh, they're going to laugh at me and oh, they're going to mock me. Actually, you have done more than what they have done. They don't even have an idea. So you are way ahead, and you need to remember that. But it is not easy, and we're not trying to say it is easy. We just know it's possible and it's worth it. So for me, I have started this consultancy. And if you ask me to describe it, it is complicated because my consultancy is it's a leadership consultancy, but it focuses on the equality, diversity, and inclusion agenda. So I am about working with teams and individuals to create safe spaces to have conversations about the elephants in the room. You know, COVID-19 and the disproportionate effect on BME staff, Black Lives Matter, race relations, equality, diversity. And so what I'm doing is working, because I've been in the National Health Service, the NHS, for 20 years. It's natural that I would start there. So we're working with NHS organizations to see how we can get people talking. And it's starting at the top from chief exec level to say, actually, you have a duty of care to your staff from diverse backgrounds to get this thing right. What is stopping you? How can we help? Let's talk about race. And so we're having conversations that maybe in other years, 2020 is a special year in many ways, for good and for not so good, but 2020 is a time when we need to really make a change. Remember early in the year, in May time, after the unfortunate murder of George Floyd, when people started thinking, I didn't know that was happening. And Black people were saying, what, you didn't know we were being targeted, you know, oh, it's new. But you know what, we found allies, we found white allies who wanted to stand in the gap, who wanted to know what they could do. So I think now is our time to optimize on that opportunity to work together. Because for me, it's about everybody assuming their position and working together to make a difference, so that we don't have situations where we have to be demonstrating in the streets. So my business is a firm way of me saying, look, I'm owning my space, I'm bringing all of me, maroon and all. For people who don't know what the maroons are, it intrigues them. What's this maroon mindset, someone said. I say, you don't necessarily have to be a maroon. Anybody can have the maroon mindset. It means never giving up. So yes, I'm very excited. It's early days. I started in June, but already I'm working on different leads, and I'm working with a company through LinkedIn to generate more leads to raise awareness. So watch this space, watch this space.
We are watching. It's a work in progress, and we know that it's gonna take off like a rocket come 2021. So again, it's all about just starting, having courage to start. And I love what you're doing. As I said, Lady Nichole, we salute you here at the VIPIA. The VIP Inspirational Academy is about impactful people who are inspirational, and people who are visionaries, and you are all of that embodied.
Oh, thank you.
So yes, definitely. And so, you know, Maroon Mindset, amazing work. And that you're having those critical conversations. That's so important. And as you said, 2020 rather, sorry, has been that year so unique that it has been able to bring out the best and the worst in all of us. And even with this Black Lives Matters movement, we recognize that we have been able to get the solidarity of our white quote unquote brethren. You know, that's a term we use in our race, the brethren, or the brotherhood and the sisterhood. It's so important because violence and inequality and injustice has been able to transcend across all races. It's not just the Black race. And sometimes, unfortunately, Blacks have been perpetuating these atrocities against their own race, and whites have been doing it against whites, and colors and Asians have been doing it in every race and in every ethnicity. Violence have been perpetuated, unfortunately. So
it's
honestly,
tragic.
I would rather a movement that says all lives matters, but it is what it is. And so the conversation has to be had about inclusivity, and the
Yes.
conversation has to be had about generational changing those barriers and those things that are so divisive, and that keep us back. And at least Black Lives Matters is one of those conversations and movements that have been
Agreed.
moving for change. So that's
Agreed.
amazing. I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
Yes.
Let me share a quote here. So it says, within you right now is the power to do things you never dreamed possible. This power becomes available to you just as soon as you can change your beliefs. And that's a quote by Maxwell Maltz. Yes?
Wow, that's
Again,
powerful.
powerful,
Yes.
right? So again, we recognize that people are able to shift their beliefs and their actions once they shift their mindset, right? It's
Agreed.
possible to
Agreed.
shift their actions once they shift their beliefs. So again,
Yes.
that is what maroon mindset is about. Shifting
Yes.
your belief system, right? To
Yes.
more positive ones, to having those troubling conversations, even if you
Yes.
have to stir up the water. But that is
Yes.
how eagles, that is how growth will take place.
Agreed.
Why
Agreed.
I love the concept of eagle mindset as well. If we know anything about the eagle, when the eaglet is the smaller version, right? The baby version of the eaglet. And whenever
Yes.
that mother eagle wants to wean the eaglet, she has to
Mm.
go in and stir up the nest. So that is where the
Ah,
term comes from. Yes. The way
ah.
a bird's nest is built, the bird builds the nest by putting thorns and sticks and bottles and sharp objects at the bottom of the nest. And then on top
Oh,
of that, they will come and put the padding, some nice straw and leaves, and nice and padded. But anytime they want the eaglet to now go and take the first flight and to go and hunt, they don't feed that
yes.
eaglet for a couple of days. No more free food around here.
Oh my
They
goodness.
Right. And then they go and they dig up that nest. So now that little eaglet is on things that are uncomfortable, joking them, yes? And they have to say, let me get out of here. This space is
Yes.
no longer comfortable. My comfort zone has
Wow.
been stirred up. So I love what Maroon Mindset is doing, because
Mm.
it stirs up. It has those challenging
Mhm.
conversations, those
Mhm.
stirring conversations
Yes.
that
Yes.
is definitely going to inspire action and change.
Have to. You
And
have to.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. I think, my coach said to me recently that your assumptions framed your behavior. So
Yes.
you are not to make too many assumptions about how people think about you, because it frames how you behave. And you need to
Right.
seize opportunities when they arise. You know what Richard Branson says: if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes and learn how to do it, because people sometimes
Yes.
see the talent in you before you even see it. So as long as you have the right support, say yes and learn how to do it. Don't wait to be super ready, because you might never get there. Say yes and learn
Right.
how to do it. So seize opportunities when they arise.
Yes. Powerful. Powerful, Lady Nichole. Thank you so much. Go ahead and share your social media links
Okay.
that
So
persons who want to connect with you, where they can find
yes.
you on
Yes,
social.
I'm on Twitter at McIntosh, McIntosh, Nichole, Nichole. And I'm on Instagram. I'm on Nichole, Nichole 876. No, sorry, Nichole, Nichole TM 876, and at maroon.mindset as well. So yes, I am active on social media. I'm enjoying Instagram at the moment. Maybe it's because of the lockdown. It's a bit more relaxed than Twitter, I find. But yes, I'm available there. I'm on Facebook as well. You can search for me, Nichole McIntosh, and I have the Human Touch blog as a page there where I share inspirational quotes. I think it's important to leave, as you say, a legacy of positivity in the world. It's tough out there, and it's challenging. So we need to really keep each other going by saying, yes, it might be a bad day, it's not a bad life. Trust God will carry you through. So I think, yeah, being inspirational, it doesn't mean that we live in happy valley all the time,
Right.
but it means that we see the happiness or the positivity for most days. And when we have a bad day, we know we have a bad day, and we bounce back the next day and we say, it's a new day, fresh opportunity. So that's bounce back ability, that resilience that people talk about. It doesn't mean you go until you break. It means that you're emotionally intelligent to know what your triggers are and to take precautionary measures. So if you need to rest, you rest, and make sure you rest and look after yourself, because health is strength, health is wealth, as well, as we found in 2020.
Of course. Yes. Awesome. Powerful words.
Yes.
Emotional intelligence. Yes.
Yes.
Bounce back ability. I love it. Yes.
Mm.
Definitely. Lady
Yes.
Nichole, continue to inspire, continue pressing forward
Thank
towards
you.
your goals and your dreams. Continue to just be that amazing role model for your
Yes.
children and your family. You are
Yes.
on the right
Thank
track.
you.
And
I wanted to say that I am also a correspondent for Good News Jamaica. So,
awesome.
Good News Jamaica, it fits in with my values of positivity and celebrating what's good about Jamaica. So Charles Hyatt Jr., Judith, Tiffany, they are the family for Good News Jamaica, and I urge people to follow them. They're on Instagram as well and on all social media. So yes, I am a correspondent for Good News Jamaica. And my family are far away. So we know what it's like when you're a first generation immigrant. That again is another layer of potential stress. So it's important for us to surround ourselves with a good social network to keep us going, especially in these times that can be socially isolating.
Mm-hmm. Right. Indeed. So, yes, yes.
Yes.
Definitely. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Lady Nichole, for sharing, for being in this positive space. As always, we just thank you and continue to make those eagle moves.
Oh, tell you. The turbulence at this level is something else. When you're making evil moves, you have to be ready for the turbulence, because at that altitude, the turbulence is with you. So yes, it is tough, but we will persevere because we are maroons.
we are. Maroon mindset also. I'm sure the eagle must have been a maroon.
I think so. Yes.
But apart from that, yes, just the mental fortitude. You have to have it. You have to have it. And again, the eagles, that is it. They best perform in that storm. When the other birds go to hide and seek shelter, the eagle loves the storm. They love the turbulence of the high altitude, and they're gonna go out and soar. They go for a joyride in the storm.
Yes.
The wind power actually strengthens the eagle, and the eagles. This is an aside, but the eagles even go and mate in the air in the storm. Yes, eagles are very powerful birds, man.
My goodness, I need to catch up on my eagle knowledge.
Of course, you need to. Just as how the lion is the king of the jungle, the eagle is the king of the air. But indeed, wonderful work that you are doing.
Thank you
Really
very much. And same to you as well. Same to you.
Amazing. Of course, iron, sharpnet, iron. So that's what we're here about in this sisterhood, just to support each other on the journey. We do need each other to survive. We believe that no man is an island, and so we have to. We're not threatened by greatness. We don't see our sister or brother who is there trying to. We don't suffer from the crab in the barrel.
No.
We enjoy. We can celebrate. We're genuinely happy to see others succeeding and celebrating, and especially when it's our friend and our associate, we say, yay, the blessing is right next door. The blessing
exactly. It inspires you. You're inspired by it. Yes.
Of course. That all of that goodwill may just overflow on me next. So once maintain that mindset of abundance and the
Yes.
positivity, that
Agree.
positive vibration. Just live in that space of abundance, that
Yes.
space of peace and love and joy and greatness. Then
Agreed.
everything else will flow. So I truly enjoyed today's conversation.
Thank you. Same here. Same here.
Powerful, powerful. Every success in everything that you are doing over there with Maroon Mindset Limited, just know that we are here to always support you, to cheer you on, to help you with those strategies, and, of course, to continue the conversations. So,
Thank you very much. Thank you. And when I write my book of healing arts poetry, I'll come back on here and
of,
celebrate.
of course, of course. I'm telling you, we're just getting started here, so yeah, just watch this space as well, because great
Yes.
things are coming up for the new year as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
All
Facebook
right.
and social media land, for joining us
Oh,
today.
lovely.
Yes.
Lovely.
And of course, just make sure again to connect with us on social media. Follow our Facebook pages, Instagram, find Nichole, find me. I'm Favored Queen on social media at YouTube and Facebook. And I'm Q Favored over at Instagram. Go ahead, support our channels. I know Lady Nichole has a YouTube channel. What's that channel again, Lady
It's
Nichole?
Nichole McIntosh. Yes, they can find me there as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
Go ahead and subscribe. Tune into the positivity. Don't just be watching comedies and politics. You need inspiration, and you need positive vibration in your life to challenge you so that you can up level to the next level. On YouTube, I
Agreed.
am Favored Queen. So go ahead and like our channels and just continue to support us so that you can also get the support that you need on your journey
To
to,
make the eagle moves.
of course, the Maroon Mindset moves.
Lovely. Lovely.
Have a
Oh,
great day now and keep
you too. You too.
inspired, Lady
Keep
Nicole.
safe.
You too. Keep safe and
All
bless.
right.
Talk to you
Take
soon.
care.
One
Bye
love
bye.
and inspiration always.
Thank you.
Bless you.